I want to talk to you guys quickly. Something went viral over the weekend. I was going to do something else here for our next segment. By the way, thank you for that question. Keep your voice notes coming.
Yeah, please.
We love
Send
your
us
voice
notes.
notes.
We want to chat.
We love your voice notes, and that was such a great topic. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Enjoy the rim jobs for everybody.
Stop it, Adam.
I want to ask you guys. I saw this on the weekend. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. You guys heard of a micro retirement?
No.
No.
Okay, so trust me when I say this, you'll hate it.
Oh God.
But this is why it went viral, because people are like, what are we talking about here? So, you know, what I remember about being in my 20s and reading the news was it would be like, millennials do this, and here's how millennials are changing this, and millennials are disrupting this industry or whatever, right? They're doing now the same thing with Gen Z. Gen Z says this. Gen Z, and they kind of paint everybody with this big brush or whatever. But these business magazines specifically, I find, are a super weird read when it comes to Gen Z, because they're like Gen Z are trying to do the impossible, strike a work-life balance. It's like, well, yeah,
It's like, it's what?
yeah, man.
Yeah,
like
like
I think we all are
Yeah.
trying to do that. Like I'm not really
hard.
sure why
Yeah.
that's groundbreaking or whatever. This
Yeah.
one has to do with what they call. I'm going to read the first chapter. While retirement typically occurs after completing a career and saving and investing for it, a new trend is emerging among Gen Z career professionals called a micro-retirement. Micro-retirements involve taking a 1 to 2 week break from work every 12 to 18 months.
What?
So just the normal vacation,
Vacation.
that you get from work?
Like a vacation.
Yeah.
Yes. Gen Z
Okay.
are using micro-retirement to avoid burnout, to find greater fulfillment in their work and enhance their overall well-being. Which again,
Yep.
So they're just using their vacation.
yeah. However, it's not just Gen Z. According to a survey from Side Hustles, 10% of workers are considering taking a micro-retirement, and 75% thought employers should be able to offer micro-retirement policies such as unpaid sabbaticals. Now,
I'm sorry, what?
this is why business magazines, this is Fast Company, but Forbes had a video or had a...
Yeah.
These business magazines are like, especially out of the States, they're super weird. They're like, they've gotten to the point now where everything is so hardcore in business that they're like, we don't want you to know that anything outside of work exists. We're not going to acknowledge it or whatever. What's different about a micro-retirement versus a traditional vacation, apparently, is you are literally quitting your job, but you're quitting for 2 weeks.
That's just stupid.
So is it just like, is it just the feeling, like the not the feeling, but the principle behind it being like, I'm actually retired. Like you'll get better mental health benefits if you think you're leaving your job rather than just going on a break? I don't understand.
So this is what it says. Micro retirements can look like the following: quitting a job and finding a new job when you're ready to work again. Setting up a plan with your employer that allows you to take unpaid frequent work breaks. And number 3, taking breaks from your business if you're a business owner. So like,
whatever happened to a good old mental health stress leave? That's what my generation's all about, you know? Like we are all burnt out. We're all not doing well. And like, can we call that retirement as well?
Yeah. I mean, I guess the claim is that all of these are unpaid. So basically, and then they interview an HR professional and they're like, listen, quitting a job every 12 to 18 months can really impact your career trajectory. It's like, well, no way.
Yeah. Please, like I just feel like we're always also putting on like names on things now, which I mean, whatever works for you, but like names or new like new titles on things to make us like not depressed as hell. Is that fair to say? Yeah.
I think it's weird because if you were to tell a European person this, they would be like, you mean the thing I do every summer? Like Europeans are like, yeah, I think if you work in France, you get like your minimum paid vacation is 6 weeks. And Australians and Europeans and stuff, they're known for taking all their vacation at once. So like, I remember I would go on like a vacation to like Barbados or something with my mom when I was a kid, and I'd be playing with these like little British kids on the beach, and they'd be like, we're here for the month. And we're like, we're only here for the week. And they're like, why would you only come for a week? You know, being kids, not knowing the difference. But like that North America is very weird in that way, in the fact that like most people get like 2 to 3 weeks off and that's it. And they never take them all together. So here's what they say you need to do if you're considering a micro retirement, which looks like an unpaid vacation, but okay.
Yeah.
Save enough money to afford not working.
Okay, that's
Thanks.
impossible. Yeah. Okay.
Understand your options. Your employer may offer flexibility or the option to take a sabbatical. If not, you may need to decide to quit and find a new job when you're ready to return to work.
Yeah. Like, what- Adam, who's writing this and why are they writing? I guess for us to talk about and examine.
Yes. And then the last one, consider your next step. If your employer gives you the time off, make sure you understand the implications for your paycheck and benefits and retirement. If you're leaving your job, what's your plan for reentering the job market? Make sure you have funds for basic expenses if you don't get hired immediately. If your industry is going through a hiring lull, think about other skills you have in case you need to make a career pivot. Guys,
Every industry is going through it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
So here's my question. At what point do we realize that whatever it is we're doing at the workplace isn't working? Like,
Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember my parents being stressed. I don't remember them being burnt out in the way that people are now. And I feel like people used to, now there were a lot of drawbacks to this, but people used to be allowed to have some fun at work, right? Because they realized that human beings like needed to blow off steam and also like getting together with your coworkers and being good friends with them. As Jackson, Steph, and I know, it's important. Like you want to be friends with your coworkers to an extent. Some people don't.
It's a make or break. Yeah.
But I think a good office culture is a great thing. Like you want to have that. What I don't understand is why, because you're not allowed to do any of that stuff anymore, right? It's like, well, we might.
Yeah.
Listen, if we get a bonus this quarter, we might get you a pizza party. Like it's.
Yeah. No alcohol or no partying, and we can only go until 6 p.m. Okay, guys, 5 until 6.
And have we considered that maybe we've just made work kind of suck, right? Like maybe it just sucks, and maybe it doesn't need to suck this much. Can we do other things other than drive shareholder value? Is my question.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I think that the only people that can answer that for us is this very magazine that wrote this bizarre article. So I think that if they can help us break down why the work culture is suffering, but like even, I mean, Adam, you and I are, we're business owners of our own businesses and like, quote unquote freelance. But I think people, I'm here for a couple of weeks, and I think people assume, and a lot of, my friends and family are in sort of the Monday to Friday, 9 to 5 culture. They're like, well, are you just off for this time? And I'm like, no, this is like, I'm working from here. I brought all my gear. I brought all my things. Like I can't imagine not working because I can't not work, like, because you have to pay. And I feel like now that I think about it too, even retirement, I'm like, I feel like I don't often think of that in the way that somebody in the 80s or 90s would. They're like, this will be my cutoff. This will be the time. I'm like, I'm going to have to work until like my voice doesn't work, I guess, because like the retirement culture is not the same anymore. Like we don't have those options. And I feel like the way the economy is going, we may never retire.
Yeah.
Is that bleak?
I think the point is the hope is that we never retire. Like, but I look at it the same. Like I'm because we did quit jobs and we did kind of go out on our own. And like my business situation on the sports side is like I actually have a business with business partners, and we have full blown employees and health benefits, and have to do payroll tax and all the other crazy stuff that goes with it. I know Steph's got similar situation with some of the businesses that you and your family are hooked into, right, Steph? Like what people don't know about producer Steph is beyond doing this, she's like a part owner in multiple businesses.
Girl is a mogul. Yeah.
I'm trying.
She's a mogul.
And she's very humble about it. But like, yeah, I feel like, I don't know. I feel like maybe if it didn't suck to work so much, then, and maybe if we gave people a little bit of vacation time, like I've never understood this. A lot of companies really frown on you taking 2 or 3 weeks, unless you're like getting married. And then they're like, okay, fine. Yeah. Why wouldn't you want me, let's say I got 3 weeks off a year. Why wouldn't you want me 49 weeks in a row? Right?
Yeah.
And then I'll take 3 weeks off and it'll be a short little piece of the year. And then the other 49 weeks, you got me. I'm working. I don't understand
I'm
that. What's
here.
the deal with that? Why don't we do it? Why don't we vacation like Europeans do? You know what I mean?
Listen, when in doubt, look at what like any Scandinavian country is doing, because they're like they've got the work model down. Like
They do.
they've got it figured out, and the work-life balance, the childcare culture, everything. But I feel like in North America, we're doing a couple of things wrong. But here we are. Here we are.
Productivity,
And
Jax.
you know what?
Productivity.
Productivity. Keep circling back, looping back, and capacity. I don't know all the work buzzwords.
I like
God.
that. I like all of them.
Yeah.